Long time no see. So you might be able to tell I got a new camera. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, if I must say myself. It's a Sony NEX5R, if you're wondering. If anybody's wondering, if anybody even watches these videos, I don't really know. So I'm not gonna really make any excuses for where I've been and what I've been doing, but I have been busy as of late. The last few months, as you know, I've been studying for my GED. I passed my test finally, yes! My mom is so excited. I don't really know why, but it's cool. Yeah, no more studying. I'm really excited. But I also got my learner's permit. I'll show it to you. I can't like actually show it to you because it has like my name on it and stuff, but. So I got my learner's permit, which is really exciting, and I can't drive alone or anything, but I'm gonna start driving lessons soon. And the DMV is all booked up for the road tests until June, so I won't be able to like actually take my test until June, so that's fun, not really at all. I've been getting pretty inspired by Dana, is the book hoarder on YouTube, and I've been loving her book hauls and book review videos, and for a long time I've wanted to do like book related videos, but I've always just kind of slacked off and been lazy and stuff, but I'm going to try to start doing it right now. So the first thing I'm going to do is just tell you some of the books that I've read throughout this year. I probably have forgotten a lot of them, but I'll just tell you the ones that I remember and the ones that I wrote down. And then I'll tell you the ones that I am going to be trying to finish either over the next few weeks or throughout the year or whatever. Okay, so I've read a lot of books. I'm not gonna do like full reviews on these books because I mean, I'll just tell you whether I liked them or not. So the first one that I wrote down wasn't like the first book that I read, but I read The Last Lecture, which was recommended by Dana. Pretty much like all of these books were recommended by Dana, but yes, she recommended this book, and seriously, I thank you so much because it probably changed my life, and I totally asked for that book for Christmas, so. For Christmas? What? No, I totally asked for that book for my birthday because it was seriously amazing. It's a memoir of a guy who is giving his last lecture, and it really is his last lecture because he is dying of cancer, and a memoir of his whole life and the lessons he's learned and the lessons that he wants to teach people. I don't want to tell you the whole thing because I want you to read it and have your mind blown because it's seriously amazing. I thought it would be really boring, but I was at my brother's basketball practice one day and I was just sitting there and I was like, let's just start reading this book. And seriously, I don't think I've ever sat like in a public place and been so into a book like that. Like, it was seriously amazing, and it makes sense because I love reading books for the reason that they're about other people's lives and stuff, and memoirs are about real people, which is awesome, and I definitely want to read more memoirs. I'm trying to kind of go through like the books that Dana has recommended and read and stuff and read them also, and also some other books that I hear from other booktubers and things I've heard about and all that jazz. Another book is the Strange Angels series, which I'm going to show you that in a minute, but I read the first one sometime near the beginning of the year. I just randomly picked it up in the library, just browsing through, you know. It was seriously awesome. It's one of those, it's not a dystopian novel, but the funny thing is, it's about a girl who is part vampire and a boy who is also part vampire, and another boy who is part werewolf. Sound familiar to anybody? Yeah, it basically sounds like Twilight, but it is so good. The writing is really good. The character, the heroine, the main character does not irritate the crap out of me, because that always happens. Katniss irritated the crap out of me. Bella irritates the crap out of me. Female lead characters in these novels, they just tend to really annoy me until like later in the books, because I liked Katniss in like, I think I liked her in Catching Fire and definitely Mockingjay, but at the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, what is this girl doing? She's getting on my last nerve. I may kind of give a review on the whole series once I finish all of it, but the books are really good. They're pretty, they're not huge, so they're pretty good size and you can get through them pretty quickly, so I like that, but it has a lot of story in one book, so if you want to find another series to read, you should definitely read that one. And The Maze Runner. I always suggest that to everybody because the Maze Runner series is the bomb. Also, I have been reading Percy Jackson and the Olympians series, and I seriously love it. I know that book is more catered towards like juvenile young readers, but I really like them. They're actually really good. The way that the books, this is really weird, but the way that the books are made is similar to the Series of Unfortunate Events books and the Grimm sisters, the Sisters Grimm books, and I love those series. And I just like the way the books are made. I don't know. It's really cool learning about the Greek gods and stuff, and it's not, some of it is a little bit predictable, but I don't know, it's just an easy read. It's fun to read if I don't want to read something like hard and heavy. A lot of things happen that I'm like, whoa, what? I didn't see that coming. Has some good stories in it, and I recommended it for my brother to read this summer. I'm probably gonna order the 4th book sometime soon. And then I read this book, Embrace. I'm not going to spend that much time on this because I absolutely hated it. It was seriously one of the most irritating things I've ever read in my entire life. It wasn't just the writing that was irritating, it was the female character. I don't know what it is about female leads in me, but they are so irritating. She was, I don't even remember what her name was, but she was so irritating and it pissed me off beyond belief. And another thing is, I wanted to read the 2nd book because I don't like to completely write off books, especially if they're series, and I just wanted to read the next one to see if maybe it would get better, but they didn't have it at my library, so I was like, well, it's just a sign that I'm not meant to read this nonsense. But seriously, it was so irritating. And then I read The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, the graphic novel. It was really good. I love the movie. The graphics were really cool. It was different from the movie, but I liked it. It was interesting, and it kind of made me tear up a little bit. Then I read Scott Pilgrim, the 1st book in the Scott Pilgrim series, the graphic novels. I forget what it's called, but it was really good. It was a really quick read again. I literally sat in a chair for maybe half an hour to an hour and finished the entire thing, and it was really good. It was interesting. It was kind of like, I've never seen the movie, which I am actually planning to do, but it was, I don't know, it was interesting and I liked it. I want to read the next one. And then something that a series that I was keeping up with at the beginning of the year was Beautiful Creatures. I kind of stopped reading it as much just because the books are so huge and they're so long, so I kind of wanted to read some other stuff, so I kind of stopped. The books are really good. I know the movie has come out, which I'm really pissed off about the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've seen the trailer. Just certain things are not right about it. One thing, the main character has an accent and he is not supposed to. That really angered me. Like, you don't even know how much that angered me, because I literally had a discussion with my mom about this, who has no idea what the book is at all, and I was just so angry. Because I don't like it when people change things about books. Like, you can leave stuff out, but don't change them. Like, is it that difficult to make someone blonde? Is it that difficult to not have somebody have an accent? Like, come on now, come on now. Which I also found out that the girl in that movie, Lena, who plays Lena, is the girl who was in Ginger and Rosa with Elle Fanning. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah, I read Beautiful Creatures, and I think I read Beautiful Darkness, and I think there's another maybe 2 or 3 after that. I don't know what order they're in, but I'm pretty sure I read 2 of them. I'm not sure if I read the 3rd one though. Then actually this is the last book that I read, is The Graveyard Book, and it was by Neil Gaiman, I believe. Anyway, that book is meant to be a children's novel, which I was like, The Graveyard Book? How is this supposed to be a children's novel? But also on Dana's recommendation, I just decided to pick it up because she said it was really good, and I seriously loved it. It was a crazy journey, and it was really amazing. It's basically about this boy who lives in a graveyard and is raised by the people in the graves, and it's just about his crazy growing up journey through life, and the end is really sad. Now I'm just gonna talk about some books that I bought recently. So as you know, well, you probably know, I'm obsessed with Game of Thrones. I'm so excited that Game of Thrones has started again. So I decided to buy the book, and this was only $10, and so yeah, I got Game of Thrones, and I'm really excited to read this. And then I also got Divergent at Walmart. It was only like $9, like literally, like the thing still in there. It was $9, so I was like, how can I pass this up? Because I really love this book, and I wanted to read this one again and then read Insurgent, because I kind of forget what happened in this. So hopefully I'm gonna do that. I want to read it closer to when the next book comes out because I don't like having to wait for books. Is that just me? Probably. And then another book, I actually got this for Christmas. I probably talked to you guys about this, but this is called Revolution and it's by Jennifer Donnelly. One of the reasons why I like this is because this girl, she has the same name as me. Pretty much anything by Jennifer Donnelly is really good. I've read a lot of her books and they're written amazingly, and this is without a doubt written like superb. I got these more recently, but I got The Other Boleyn Girl, and this is by Philippa Gregory, and I've seen this movie. I don't know if you've seen it, with Scarlett Johansson, Natalie Portman. So I really like this movie, so I decided to pick up the book. It was only $1, so I was like, hey, why not? And I love historical fiction. And then I got My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. Don't know how to pronounce her name, but yes, I got this because, again, I love this movie and I wanted to read the book. And then my mom just recently picked up some books from the library for me, so actually I'm in the middle of reading. It's almost 12 o'clock in the morning. I'm in the middle of reading The Great Gatsby, and the reason why I'm reading this is, one, because I've heard a million times that this is amazing, and F. Scott Fitzgerald is an amazing writer, which he is. He's freaking amazing. I love this book. She got me this huge book, which is Blankets. The reason why I have a bunch of books is because I actually ordered them online and then they get sent to the library that we pick them up from, and she just picked them up for me because she's a nice lady. This is a graphic novel called Blankets, and again, on recommendation from Dana. She said this was amazing, and I didn't realize that it would be so huge. Like, seriously, this is like a dictionary, but it is a graphic novel, so it should be pretty easy to get through. I want to make sure that I really like thoroughly immerse myself in this and like look at the pictures and stuff, because with the other two graphic novels, I didn't really look at the pictures as much. I kind of just went through the words and just read that, because I mean, I'm used to reading words. I don't really look at pictures anymore because I'm an adult now. I'm waiting to read this until I'm finished with the rest of the books that I have. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are the last 3 books in the Strange Angels series. So I got Defiance, and I got Jealousy, and I got Reckoning. And the ones before that are Betrayals and Strange Angels. Really, really, really looking forward to seeing what happens to Drew. Yeah, that's by Lily St. Crow if you want to. Lily St. Crow, however you pronounce that, if you wanted to check this out. And then I got Looking for Alaska by John Green, because I actually haven't read this. This looks really worn, but I actually haven't read this. This is this and An Abundance of Catherines, and I think those are the only 2 books by John Green that I haven't read. But I really love John Green's writing. I love The Fault in Our Stars. Everybody loves that book. I loved Will Grayson. That was amazing. If you read books and you make videos, you need to read like all of John Green books, or else you're just not cool. And then the last book, I thought there were more, but this is the last book. This is a separate piece, and I actually have this somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I have this in my house. And I thought it was like a book that my mom would want me to read, which I'm pretty sure it probably would be a book my mom wanted me to read. It's by John Knowles, and it looks really like boring. The one that we have actually has like a cover and stuff, but yes, I got this, again, recommendation from Dana. I just decided to order it and I got it, and that's usually what I do when I watch her videos. I kind of keep my library tab open and her video open, and while she's talking about it, I'll go to the library tab and like type in the book and then order it. And yeah, my library pretty much is starting to know me by name. But I just love books, and I definitely want to make more videos about books and stuff, because a lot of times I don't really know what to do with this channel, so I think books would be a good kind of start to get back into it. So if I can convince myself, I may do a cover, but I don't think I'll ever be able to convince myself. So I think that's it. My camera is going to die soon, and I just wanted to make this video, and probably nobody's gonna watch it, but I don't really care, because this will help me keep track of all the books I'm reading. So yeah, I'm gonna go now, and I will see you later. Bye.